Tanking fans, are y'all okay? Y'all hoes, you cool? Because I didn't mean that. Are y'all cool? Because 105-103 Chicago Bulls victory over the Phoenix Suns that are headed to the playoffs. We're going to talk about all that and more right after this. What's going on, Bulls fans? Welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host there, Haize, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that said, let's go ahead and get into this content, y'all. And the Chicago Bulls win 105-103 over the Phoenix Suns. Even though the Bulls let it be very interesting down the stretch of that game, they let the Phoenix Suns come back and be in a position to possibly upset the Chicago Bulls. You know, the Phoenix Suns finished the quarter on a let me get this up. On a 17-7 run. Before the Suns started the run, the Bulls were up 98-86. They end up only winning by 2 points because of that 17-7 run by the Phoenix Suns in this game. But outside of that, the Bulls really led this game wire to wire. And it was just unexpected. Like the Phoenix Suns, not to say that they're a great team, they're the 7th seed in the Western Conference right now, but this is a team that is well above 500. We would love to be in a spot where they are right now as far as the number of games above 500, but they got cooked today. Devin Booker did score 27 points, going 9 of 21 from the field, 21 points from Grayson Allen, also coming off the bench. Also, you're going to need that. But the Bulls, 30 points from Collin Sexton today. He went 11 of 19 from the field, only 2 of 7 from the three-point line with 5 assists, 3 rebounds, 2 steals in this game. You get Tre Jones with 21 points, so you get 51 points just from those two guys. Tre goes 9 of 15 from the field with 5 assists, 5 rebounds, only 1 turnover and 2 steals to go along with that. Guerschon Yabusele keeps playing really solid for the Bulls. 16 points, 16 of 15 from the field, 6 rebounds in this game from him as well. And Rob Dillingham had himself a solid game in 21 minutes, going 5 of 12 from the field, 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 2 turnovers from Rob Dillingham. But he leads the Chicago Bulls in bench scoring today, second to Nick Richards, who also had 9 points, 11 rebounds, 2 blocks in this game. And the Bulls just came in with really good energy today. And it's kind of unexpected to see that one, right? Like I said, this is a Suns team where I wouldn't say are like a threat to go to the conference finals, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Suns go to the second round. I wouldn't be surprised if they win the first round, depending on who their matchup is and which matchup they draw. Like, this has been a Suns team that's been really tough this year. And in a year where a lot of people expect them to be terrible, they've done pretty solidly. But the Bulls, get the occasional win. This is only their second win since the month of January. So take that for what you will. Right now, they're averaging a win per month, since then. But, right now, I know there are going to be some Bulls fans that are going to get all pissed off about it, all that type of stuff. It's not that serious. It's a win. You're going to get some wins. I'm going to keep saying this part. The Bulls were never going to lose the rest of the way. They were never going to lose every game the rest of the way. Now, for those that want to see the Bulls have the most opportunity, at the top 4 pick, yeah, this sucks a little bit. But I talked about it on today's daily episode, and I told you guys the Bulls are probably going to end up, at worst getting to 8th. More than likely, they're going to stay at 9th. So for everybody who got their hopes really wrapped up, if the Bulls can go for how much more losses they can get and how much they can drop in the standings, it's not really going to be a lot. The Bulls are going to really be looking for some lottery luck in this one. That's what they're going to be looking for. Outside of that, they're likely to stay at 8th or 9th in the draft. And, staying at 9th gives you a 20.3% chance at a top 4 pick. And you get like another 5.5% if you go up, if you drop one more spot. But it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Like, you're not going to lose every game the rest of the way, especially when you run into some of these teams, and this is not what the Suns did. I want to be clear. I'm not saying this is what the Suns did today, but when you run into some situations with teams that are already playoff teams and they're going to rest some of their guys, that is what it is there. So, we'll see. Bulls get 2 wins, though. Since the All-Star break, I had them penciled in for 5. Let's see if they can get to 3 more. We shall see there. We got Terry Silverhand in the building. Says tankers will not be happy. Not at all. Not at all. Haize about to feast on the Leonard Millard stands. Hey, listen, I'm not even going to take no victory lap on nobody. Listen, it wasn't a terrible game. It was like a P. Will type game, right? Like, I'm not saying it was terrible. It wasn't what he's shown before when he's played 20+ minutes, but I'm not going to kill him for that. Good victory. Sexton played really good. Really, really good. I think we should bring Sexton and Richards back. He's not a better offensive player than Vooch, but he definitely plays defense and tries to block shots and hustles. I mean, yeah, Nick Richards, that's kind of what I don't think they'll bring back both Zach Collins and Nick Richards. One of those guys is probably going to walk in free agency, and it may be Zach Collins. But if you upgrade your big and you bring Nick Richards back as a rotational big for you, that's not terrible. It's not terrible. Sam Power says, I'm officially done. When I say I'm done, this is the exact same spot we was in last year. Effing Reinsdorf's act. This is not the same spot we were in last year. Not even remotely the same spot that we were in last year. Like, y'all got to stop overreacting to every win. This isn't nearly the same spot we were in last year. You exaggerating like hell. Stop complaining. Billy did a net good job tonight. Still can't draw up an ATO to save his life, though. Man, listen. At all. The Bulls, they turned it over out of a timeout there, which sucks. Who the hell's texting me? Bro, the tankers are bitching again, and I have to ask them, so what do they expect the Bulls to do? Lose on purpose? We were without Gideon Modest. Blame the Suns playing down the competition more. I mean, and that's one of the duality things, right? Because if this situation was reversed, right? Let's just say that. Let's say the Bulls were the team that had the Suns records and vice versa. People would say, oh, my God, the Bulls lost this game. They let this one go. They played down the competition. But when it's the Bulls doing, oh, my God, you're tanking wrong. Like what do you want them to do? Players don't tank. I keep telling y'all that. These players are out there trying to win basketball games. It is what it is. Get over it. There's not a single unless DeJounte Porter's on your team. There's not a single basketball player in the league that is trying to play there to lose games. It's just not happening. If y'all thought the Bulls were going to if y'all are bitching about every single win, y'all got to just stop. Like, this team was never going to lose every game the rest of the way. It was never going to happen. It was not going to happen. Y'all need to realize that. Keep Sexton and Yabusele. Yeah, for sure. I wouldn't hate that. It depends on what the makeup of the team is. It really does. But like, you're bringing back those guys to bolster your bench next season. Like, let's say next season your bench is Tre Jones, Isaac Okoro, because I hope we upgrade that starting position, Gershon Yabusele, Nick Richards, and you've upgraded your wing and your center position, and then you have Noah Essengay, who's probably likely to come off the bench too. Yeah, I can get behind that. I can get behind that. But we got to take care of the rotation first. Yeah, fight for the pointless player. Nobody's saying fight for this team ain't fighting for the play-in, but the teams are out there to play to win. That's what they do. Players are going to play to win. Yeah, but we don't want to accidentally creep into the 10th or worse. Yeah, I mean, of course you don't. But I'm telling you this, it's not going to happen. I'm telling y'all, there's nothing to worry. There is nothing to worry about here. I promise you that. The Bulls are still 5 games behind the Atlanta Hawks for the 10th spot. The Milwaukee, 6 games behind the Atlanta Hawks for the 10th spot. So come on, chill out. Like, we got a lot to go before we're talking about creeping it. Like, y'all are talking about 6 games and you're talking about creeping into the 10th spot from 6 games with 19 left. Come on, y'all. Y'all got to stop complaining. And I'm not talking to Archangel. Y'all got to stop complaining. Creeping into the 10th spot and you're 6 games back, come on. If somebody can creep up on you from that far back, you got to sit your ass down. You got to sit your ass down. Juan Miller says, do you think we are as dysfunctional as the Kings? I'm starting to think that. No, we're not as dysfunctional as the Kings. Like, no, it's nobody. Not that many people are that bad. I'm leaning more towards Richards because he's a lob threat. I mean, that's fair. I'm not, listen, that wasn't to say one over the other. I just think that the Bulls, they added some redundancy there on purpose is basically what I'm thinking. Just like how you can't say Miller's a good player after a few games, I wouldn't say he's a bad player because oh yeah, for sure. I mean, but who said that? Who said he was a bad player? I just said, yeah, it's a bad game. Like, it is what it is. To be clear, I'm not a Leonard stan, but I do think he had potential. Side note, Tre Jones is a killer. I mean, yeah, Leonard Miller, 22 years old, a player that has not played a lot. This is his third year in the NBA. Yeah, there's something there. To what level? I'm not going to act like an NBA starter's there or anything as far as some potential there. But, yeah, there's definitely potential there with Leonard Miller. No question. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. We don't forget, bro. He's just too damn injury prone, just having a Bulls jersey on. I don't know what that's in response to. Oh, this one. People are forgetting how well Zach Collins was playing. Yeah, the problem was we got 10 games out of it. 10. It is be saying on Twitter that the Bulls can't even take properly. Like, this team didn't just go a whole month without winning a damn game. Dudes be exactly. That's what I say. Like tanking fans, like, they have unrealistic expectations. If y'all thought the Bulls were going to lose every single game, then that you set an unrealistic expectation in your own head. They weren't going to lose just like a team is going to win every game. Teams aren't going to lose every game. It's just you're going to catch a team on the wrong night sometimes. That's going to happen. It is what it is. It's not the end of the world. It's not the end of the tank. Y'all can chill out. Calm down. Just calm down. How's your son, your future MVP, and the rest of your family? We're good, bro. We're good. We're good. We're good over here. You ever wonder the question, do these fans actually look a player in the eye and say, hey, we need to tank and lose? How dumb that player would look at them in the face. Players play to win. Exactly. Players play to win. Because there's not a single player out there playing or trying to play bad so that you can draft a replacement. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Haize, we finally beat the Suns. It's been a while since we beat them, and honestly, we deserve to win the game, but the Bulls were good defensively. Yeah, I mean, listen, the Bulls played a solid game from start to finish tonight. This is the reality of it. Take what you say about or what you want to see this team do or not. This team played a solid game from start to finish tonight, and they got a dub. It is what it is. They were never going to lose every single game the rest of the way. They went out there, they played well, they got a dub. There's something, it is what it is. Now, I mean, it does suck that it's not because of Modest, or it's not because of Josh Giddey. It's not because of players you necessarily know are going to be here next season. But, Rob Dillingham had himself a solid game. Leonard Miller had himself a solid game. I wouldn't call it a terrible game. It wasn't a great game either. It was okay, right? Shot the ball bad. But he went out there and competed for rebounds. At least he did something to impact the game. If I'm not mistaken, he was our second leading rebounder tonight. So at least he did like that. That's what, for a young player like Leonard Miller, it's not about every game scoring 12 to 15 points. It's about, all right, show me that you can do something to impact. Because I'm not looking at Leonard Miller to be a future great starter for the Bulls. I'm looking at what can you contribute every night, right? And so his shot wasn't falling tonight. It was a bad night shooting the basketball for him. But he went out there and got you your second most rebounds. That's a player that you look at and you're like, far too often we had a mix of Julian Phillips, Dalen Terry, and Patrick Williams, and you look at their stats at the end of the night, you be like, how the hell did you impact the game of basketball tonight? What did you do to impact the game? At least you can look at Leonard Miller today if you weren't looking at the actual game and actually watching it with your eyes, and you can say, all right, at least he made an impact someplace. That's really all that we're looking for. Not looking for Leonard Miller to be the savior. We're not looking for Leonard Miller to show, oh my God, he's going to be a cheap starter for us. Listen, you're on a rookie scale deal, a young big, 6'10", you got some size, and he used the size at least to go out there and get some rebounds for us tonight. Not too mad at that. Not going to be too mad at that. I feel like Sexton was more of a replacement for Io, and Dillingham was more of a potential replacement for Kobe scoring. At least down the line, even though they didn't get traded one for. I look at more, they thought maybe Jaden Ivey, but I don't think it's basically about replacements. I also think that they are going into this offseason planning to do a reset. So It is what it is. You got to apologize for your Leonard Miller hate. I know you won't, but that man is useful. No, it's not. First of all, no, I'm not going to apologize for shit because what did I say? He hasn't shown himself to be an NBA player yet, and he hadn't. He's looking all right now, but it's way too small of a sample size for it to prove it either way. That's not hate. That's analysis. Y'all got to stop labeling. So it's a sign of a very weak mind when you think every single criticism is hate. Like that. That's a sign of a and that's where the culture's going now, right? Everybody is very weak-minded. Everybody shrivels at the criticism is good. This is why so many of y'all are stagnant and don't do shit in life because y'all don't accept criticism and use it as an opportunity to grow. What did the Leonard Miller show up until that point? Nothing. And I said up until this point, he's not looked like an NBA player. It's a nothing of a trade. All right, new information now. He's out there playing decently, but even then. He ain't showed himself to be nothing for sure yet. So we'll see. We'll see. Now, hopefully he continues to play on. Hopefully he continues to exceed. But that wasn't hate. Y'all throw around words too much and make words mean nothing. Except it makes y'all look sensitive and dumb. That's what that makes y'all look like. For real, man, DJ Moore getting traded hurts, but if AK was the one making the trade, we wouldn't have gotten the second rounder. No, I think even AK could get good value out of it. See, the problem is that AK wouldn't have traded him yet. He would have waited to trade him in his last year of his deal. Bro, DJ Moore's a Buffalo Bill. What the hell? Yeah, I mean, hey, it is what it is, man. Criticism is definitely instrumental in growth. Absolutely. NBA fans don't always want to be serious, realistic. While I agree it's good to be hopeful, you can't be delusional. That's a fucking fact. Preach, my man. This generation soft as ass. Soft as fucking baby butt cheeks, bro. Facts. Criticism is constructive. Leonard Miller is playing decent, but my guys, see, this is why we don't glaze like crazy after one. Listen, people are ready to glaze Osman Deng. You know, it is what it is. Bro, in other words, he has space to grow. Let's see if he can go against more known players. Then we can talk. Exactly. Keep going with it. Now, what I'm not going to do and what some Bulls content creators does, I'm not going to actively hate on. Like, I'm not going to wish that he doesn't exceed. Like, I want to see every player on my team exceed. So, you know, if Leonard Miller ends up playing to a point where, let's say he does end up becoming a really good rotational piece for you. Okay, great. I'm not going to be mad at that. Go out there and do that. I'm not the highest on Rob Dillingham, but if Rob Dillingham can learn to put it together, great. I know you say it is what it is, but I freely admit I want it to be what it is not. So what do you want it to be? What do you don't want us to be tanking? Generally, players don't play to lose deliberately. They're still humans with moral, and winning every now and then gets them that. Exactly. Absolutely. Albrecht finally showed some fight. Was waiting for him to not be passive as fuck. I mean, I never took Lachlan as really being passive when he got more minutes to get in the rhythm. I think he's always looked really tough out there. I get it, Haize. You just don't want to crown Leonard Miller. No, I don't want to say he's anything yet. It's not about crowning him the next inning. He got to show that he can be something first, consistently, on a night in and night basis, and more than just a couple of games here at the end of the season. I'm a Bulls fan, man. We've seen players have basically whole entire seasons where they look great and then fall off the next year and never get to that again. So you got to do it with consistency, and we'll see if he can do it. And I hope that he can. I really hope that he can. I'd love nothing more than be saying this time next year, hey, that season Leonard Miller had, people will look like he wears incense under his armpits as disrespectful. That's crazy. That's wild. That's crazy. I'm not saying Miller is even an NBA player. If he grows into a solid rotation piece, it's always good to have a 6'10" switchable. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. And one that can hit some shots from time to time. That's where the modern NBA is. That's exactly what you want from night in and night out basis, right? So hopefully he can. We'll see. We'll see. Is it possible that getting Buzelis takes some shine away from the bench? And that, ladies and gentlemen, was when it's time to wrap up the show. When questions start getting like that, we appreciate you guys for tuning in. Make sure you guys are following us at Bull Central Pod. You send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, bullcentralpod@gmail.com. Lastly, if you want to leave a text message and a voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. Love you guys. Go Bulls. See Red, y'all. Peace.
This has been a presentation of the Break Media.